しゃくな消えろ
Top 10 anime for beginners. Number 10, Demon Slayer. Starting the list with one of the goatest anime of our generation, at number 10, we have Demon Slayer. Now, Demon Slayer may have a slight more bloody story than a lot of us are comfortable with, but it is by far one of the best quality animes that you could be starting out with. Demon Slayer follows a slightly traditional storytelling, so the anime can get a bit slow at times, but despite that, Demon Slayer is all the more worth it. The anime follows a young boy named Tanjiro Kamado, who one day discovers that his whole family has been slaughtered, and the only survivor, his little sister Nezuko, has been turned into a demon. Not losing any hope, Tanjiro somehow calms down his enraging sister and sets out to find a way to turn her back into a human and also avenge the murder of his beloved family.
禰豆子、頼むわね。
やっと起き上がったが、このデカブツ。
Number 9, Dr. Stone. Next at number 9, we have the total opposite anime to Demon Slayer, a more modernistic, wholesome show about science and rebuilding modern civilization 3,700 years after its destruction. This description may seem benign, but trust us, Dr. Stone is a much more exciting anime. It follows a young boy, Taiju, who is just about to confess his feelings to his longtime high school crush, Yuzuriha. But as he is confessing, a mysterious bright light engulfs the world, and 3,700 years later, he wakes up only to find himself surrounded by wildlife and fauna, with no signs of humans anywhere. But as Taiju is puzzled by the situation, he finds his longtime friend, Senku, who explains that the world was petrified, turned to stone for 3,700 years. And like Taiju, Senku just broke free from his petrification 2 months ago, and he is now planning to rebuild the entire modern human civilization from scratch. But Senku's dream might be too far ambitious, as his ideologies are challenged by other awakened humans.
あるいは1、そして俺はお前だ。ようこそ身の程知らずのバカ野郎。
On number 8, we have the age-old classic Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, Full Metal Alchemist is not that new of an anime, but even decades later, it still stands strong as one of the best gateway animes out there. Full Metal Alchemist may be long, but its story is all the more worth it to get invested in. Full Metal Alchemist follows two brother alchemists, Edward Elric and Alphonse Elric. 3 years before the start of the series, Ed and Alphonse conduct a forbidden ritual in order to resurrect their dead mother. But in exchange for the deal, Alphonse loses his entire body and Edward barely skates away with a missing hand. Now, to right their wrong, Edward and Alphonse join up with the military to find the legendary Philosopher's Stone, which would allow them to recover what they'd lost in the ritual 3 years ago, but their pursuit of one of the greatest wonders in alchemy might just lead them to uncover something they never even hoped to imagine. On the number 7th spot, we have another classic, the jazz space adventure, Cowboy Bebop. Now, Cowboy Bebop is by far the most American-style anime on this list, with some of the best animations from the early 2000s. It follows renowned bounty hunters, the carefree Spike Spiegel, boisterous Jet Black, Femme Fatale, Faye Valentine, and the genius hacker Wong, as they go on exciting adventures all over the inhabited galaxy to catch criminals while coming face to face with their dark past.
上がったぞ。メニューは特製チンジャオロースだ。
まさか本当に？
事態によっては私でも手に負えない可能性がある。危険すぎる。
On the 6th spot, we have the fan favorite and one of the best animes of this generation, Mob Psycho 100. For those who don't know, Mob Psycho 100 is actually the brainchild of a renowned internet author, One, who is also known for his other masterpieces that we'll get into a bit later in this video. But for now, back to Mob's story. Mob Psycho 100% follows a young boy, Mob, as he tries to understand his psychic abilities and learns how to interact with others. Mob spent his entire life being a recluse, but now, to change things, he takes on apprenticeship in a psychic agency and goes out on daily adventures to exorcise evil spirits all over Japan. But as he starts exorcising more and more spirits, Mob gets tangled up in matters that are even beyond his control.
全に油断した。もう勝機はない。こうなったら自爆するしか。すまない、博士。
Next on the number 5th spot, we have the masterpiece by the man, the legend, the myth, One. His ultimate creation till now, One Punch Man sent literal waves in the anime industry way back in 2015. Renowned animators from all over Japan gathered over to Madhouse to work on creating one of the best hero animes to have ever been created. And they succeeded in making one of the most one-of-a-kind show that was unlike any other anime out there at the time. Parodying the hero genre, One Punch Man follows a neat, middle-aged ex-salaryman who becomes a hero as a hobby. After training relentlessly for 3 years, Saitama becomes so strong that he is able to defeat every single villain that comes in his way, and you guessed it, with just one punch. But as Saitama is getting bored of his hobby, he meets the 19-year-old cyborg Genos, who tells Saitama of the Hero Association and the fact that nobody knows about him. Surprised by this news, Saitama quickly joins the Hero Association to continue his work as a hero and maybe get popular along the way.
目指せ。
先生。おい、そこのトラック止まれ。おい、運転手。
Next on the number 4th spot, we have Erased. Now, Erased is a bit more complex and more philosophical than any of the previous entries. So at Anime Town, we recommend that you watch Erased properly without any distractions to appropriately enjoy its premise. Now, back to the story. Erased follows a detached mangaka, Satoru, who has the mysterious ability that can automatically turn back time a few minutes before a tragedy is about to strike. So he has used this ability to save many lives, but one day he himself gets wrongly accused of murdering his own mother. This time, instead of a few minutes, Satoru gets transported back to 1988 when he was just 11 years old to save his mother from getting murdered 18 years later. But soon, Satoru realizes that the murder of his mother might be related to the abduction and the killing of his classmates that happened in the snowy winter of 1988. Now, for the top 3 best animes for beginners that you have been waiting for!
生徒の一人、ひなずきかよ。いつも一人で公園にいた。友達ってわけじゃなかったけど。
素敵でしょ。私は子供の頃からずっとこの眺めが大好きなの。
On the number 3 spot, we have a little eye candy of an anime by Kyoto Animations, Violet Evergarden. It follows a war veteran, Violet, who was a soldier in the Great War that split an entire continent. Now, a peaceful society has no need for a child soldier or even someone like her who has killed so many people in the Great War. After falling out with her caretaker family, Violet takes on a job as an auto memory doll at CH Postal Services. Her job is to transcribe people's feelings into letters to properly convey their message. Moved by the notion that her new job connects people, Violet strives to find a new meaning in life as she comes face to face with people from all walks of life.
言葉の中から伝えたい本当の心を救い上げるもの。
Now, on the second last spot, we have the most renowned show of 2020, Attack on Titan. If you don't know, Attack on Titan actually holds the Guinness World Record for the most in-demand show in 2020. Attack on Titan's popularity is staggering, and it is one of the best starter animes on this list. The anime follows humanity 100 years after they were driven into extinction by the giants known as the Titans. Humanity spent the last 100 years in prosperity until one day, the huge walls protecting humanity was breached by a colossal Titan. Witnessing the death of his comrades at the hands of the monsters, Eren Yeager vows to kill all the Titans out there to avenge the murder of his family.
巨人を一匹残らず駆逐してやる。
デスノートで世の中を変えてやる。
And last but not least, at the number 1 spot, we have Death Note. Even more than Attack on Titan, Death Note is the best beginner anime on this list that is bound to make you an anime enthusiast by the end of it. It follows the story of Light Yagami, a grade A student who stumbles on a mysterious book with Death Note written on it. Curious about the content, Light opens the book only to find a note that says, "The people whose names are written in the book shall die." Thinking it's a prop book, Light just writes down the name of a criminal to see what happens. But to his surprise, the criminal suddenly gets killed in the exact same way as he describes in the book. Surprised by the fact, Light decides to rid the world of every criminal out there. Using his later name Kira, Light starts cleansing the world, and the police, perplexed by the situation, enlist the help of a world-class detective, L. Death Note follows the intense clashes between the two, as Light tries to kill every criminal out there, while L tries to stop his killing spree.
必ずキラはいる。
So, that is it, guys. Our list of the top 10 anime for beginners. Be sure to comment down your favorite anime and don't forget to subscribe if you like the video.